Exclusive, he saved me, then he was under the car. Heroic moment: man pushes fiancé out of the path of white supremacist's car at Charlottesville rally, breaking his leg, as bride-to-be pays tribute to friend who died. A man was photographed seconds after he heroically pushed his fiancée out of the way of an incoming car and broke his leg in the aftermath of the Charlottesville rally. Marcus Martin, 26, was a counter-protester at the tragic day's events, marching the streets with his fiancée Marissa Blair, 27, and their friends on Saturday afternoon. When a Dodge Challenger suddenly rammed into the crowd, Martin didn't hesitate to push his bride-to-be out of the way, resulting in him being hit by the accelerating vehicle. Martin was photographed in midair seconds after he saved Blair's life, and other photos reveal that when the car backed up over him, his shoe was dragged off. Amazingly, Martin survived the intentional car crash but sustained a broken leg in the horrific incident, as Blair live-streamed the entire event on Facebook. Speaking exclusively to thedailymail.com, Blair revealed the moment that Martin saved her life, saying, "He saved me, then he was under the car." Moments before Martin was struck, Blair said they had been walking through the streets, chanting and laughing. She added to thedailymail.com, "We were saying, whose streets? Our streets. And just having a good time. We were right at the intersection, deciding to go right or left. We went left. We hear a commotion from the top of the street. It happened so fast. I felt myself shoved out of the way. Martin had pushed me out of the way. It was so fast. All he could think was to push me. He saved me, then he was under the car. I checked myself and then immediately thought, where's Marcus? I started looking where the car had hit people. I saw his hat had blood all over it, but he wasn't there. I found him with no blood on him. We were taken to the hospital and I overheard someone say that the heavyset woman who they were doing CPR on had died. I started asking around, but I knew that it was my friend Heather. She had been standing right in front of Marcus." Blair continued, "It was senseless. People said we were wrong for being there, but it was that guy who was wrong. Why would anyone think that it's okay to do this? He rammed into us." Blair said that she attended the Charlottesville rally in protest of the alt-right groups that were gathered there. She said she drove the 50 minutes from Livingston, Virginia, with Martin and Heather Heyer, who was killed in the senseless car crash. Heyer's family set up a GoFundMe page for her, with her mother writing, "She died doing what was right. My heart is broken, but I am forever proud of her." Blair added, "I'm still numb. My friend is dead. Heather was with us because this is what Heather believed in. She died standing up for what she believed in. We had been witnessing everything that was going on. We've been here for it. We couldn't have hate groups walking around our city with no peaceful opposition. We knew the risk we were taking. But we said they aren't going to do this anymore." Blair had live-streamed to Facebook when James Alex Fields Jr. allegedly drove through a line of innocent counter-protesters. She later informed her Facebook followers that she and Martin were safe following the tragic events. The video shows people screaming "Look out!" and a commotion ensues. Blair is shoved away from the street and onto the sidewalk, as the video shakes while the crowd runs for safety. Blair realizes that Martin isn't with her and begins screaming out his name, trying to find him. In a panic, she says to a friend, "Where is he, Marcus?" Blair begins moving through the throngs of injured people, looking for Martin when the video suddenly cuts off. She returned to Facebook to post an update later that day. She wrote, "A car intentionally ran through a crowd of peaceful counter-protesters. This is right when it happened." Blair continued, "My fiancé pushed me out the way. He got hit, his leg is broke. We're alive. I lost a good friend today. Everyone has an opinion, but we were out there spreading love and not allowing hate groups to terrorize our city. Our country. The only person is wrong is the person behind that wheel. Feel what you do, but spread love today. Spread love every day. Promote love. Send love out to the universe. The couple got engaged in February after dating a little more than a year. Blair also shared that it was her friend, Heather Heyer, 32, who died after the alleged intentional acts by Fields, who is from Maumee, Ohio. Blair added, "I lost one of my good friends today, killed for peacefully standing up for what she believed in. Rest in peace, you sweet, sweet soul." Heyer worked with Blair at the Miller Law Group PC in Virginia for the past 3 years. Charlottesville Police Chief Alfred Thomas Jr. told reporters Heyer was killed while crossing the street after Fields Jr. plowed his Dodge Challenger into the protesters. Despite the efforts of those on the scene to revive her, she died. Video of the Dodge Challenger, which is registered to Fields, showed the driver accelerating into the crowd, throwing bodies into the air as people scream before reversing at high speed. According to the jail's superintendent, Martin Coomer, Fields was also booked on suspicion of malicious wounding, failure to stop for an accident involving a death, and hit and run. Coomer said Fields is being held without bail and is scheduled to be arraigned Monday. The deadly crash came after violent clashes erupted as hundreds of white supremacists, including armed militias, marched into Charlottesville, sparking violent confrontations with counter-protesters. Police cleared the scene with tear gas, but the violence continued. Charlottesville Police Chief Al Thomas said a total of 35 people had been treated for injuries, 14 of those were from individual engagements on the streets. Horrifying video from the scene of the attack showed the silver muscle car speeding towards a group of fleeing anti-fascist protesters. Another clip showed the vehicle ramming into the crowd at high speed and victims crying out in pain as they desperately sought medical help. Witnesses said the car was traveling up to 40 miles per hour when it hit and reversed before ramming into the crowd again and speeding off with Martin's shoe attached to its bumper.